Well, if you want to know just how messed up this country truly is, I stumbled across a clip of Joe Biden and he's talking about the border. And he's talking about how we have to fix the problem now. And he says, let's get past all the toxic politics. Let's get past all the games. Let's stop fooling around and let's fix the problem. So Republicans, put a bill on my desk. I'll sign it immediately. Let's fix this. And I'm sitting there the entire time going, where's Sleepy Joe? Where's Stuttering Joe? Where's the confused guy that Maga's always telling us is out there? Because I'm understanding every word of this. And then he goes on to say, because if we don't fix this now, if we don't fix the problem now, the world is waiting and America is waiting, and they're going to know why we didn't fix the problem. And if it doesn't get fixed, it's going to be because of Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And how is Joe Biden out of line for saying that, considering the fact that Mike Johnson admits to talking to Donald Trump? Donald Trump is over here saying, don't fix the border now, it'll make Joe Biden look good. So how is Joe Biden out of line for saying that? But what's so messed up about this country is I scroll down into the comments of that video where Biden's saying, hey, let's put aside the toxic politics and let's fix the issue at hand. And he's saying it in plain English, as plain as anybody could ever say it. And there's people in the comment section going, he's so confused. He don't know where he's at. Does he not realize he's the president? Does he not realize Trump ain't the president anymore? No, the question is, do you all not realize that Joe Biden is the president? I don't think he's the one that's confused here at all. I think MAGA Republicans are the ones that are confused because they think that they should be taking orders from a failed former president. Donald Trump got elected in 2016. Republicans have lost every election since then. There's supposed to be this big red wave coming. It still ain't got here. They lose every time. And then they still turn and take his advice. Who takes advice from a loser? Someone who's obviously very confused. The thing that drives me crazy about this whole thing is that they talk about what a crisis the border is, and every day we hear about, oh, all the problems we have, it's all coming from the border. We got to fix the border. And then they go down there and they stage a big convoy. They have a big publicity stunt because they want to do another cosplay. I guess they didn't get it out of their system when they did it on January 6th. They had to go up there and they had to play hero. And now they had to run to the border and cosplay because they live in this fantasy world where they can play out their video games. They're the ones that are confused, and they're the ones that don't know where they're at, and they're the ones that are stuttering and spewing verbal diarrhea because we've got a president saying, hey, I want to fix the problem, and you've got a group of people looking over here at a failed former president going, well, we're taking advice from him. So how in the hell is Joe Biden the one confused here? And what I don't think MAGA Republicans fully understand is that Donald Trump, in order to win in November, he has to win over independents. He has to win over undecided voters. And I'm not trying to throw shade at anyone here. At this point in the game, with American democracy more threatened than it's ever been before, I really can't see how anyone can be in the middle or on the fence, but there are people that are. There are people that are still going to wait, and they're going to say, well, let's see how this plays out. Okay, well, what is Donald Trump doing to win over those people? He has to have them to win. He cannot beat Joe Biden without him. And what is he doing? When he's lost every single time, they saw him lose every single time, why would an independent get fired up and excited about voting for a loser? And why would they get excited about voting for a guy who didn't fix the problem himself? He ran in 2016 on how he was going to secure the border. He failed miserably. He didn't do it. So if you're an independent, moderate voter sitting back on the fence seeing how it all plays out, you already know how Donald Trump played it out. And you're seeing Joe Biden sit here and say, let's fix the problem. And you're seeing MAGA Republicans say, no, let's listen to the guy that got us into this mess to start with. So I really don't believe for a second that it's Joe Biden that's confused. I don't believe that Joe Biden, doesn't know where he is. I think MAGA Republicans are very confused and they ain't got a clue in hell where they are. Because it's 2024. Joe Biden is the president, and he's saying, let's fix the problem. But you all want to cosplay, and you all want to mess around, and you all want to put off this crisis until later. Who puts off a crisis? And if it's such a crisis, who cares who gets the win? If it's a win for America, right? America's who wins. The good of the country is what wins. So what you're telling us is that you're willing to put the feelings of this loser ahead of everybody else in the country. And people on my side of the fence, we see that and we're ready to vote. And independents and undecided voters are sitting there watching this and they're going to vote. And they know exactly where they are. And we know exactly where we are. It's the MAGA Republicans who are confused. All these accusations they're throwing at Joe Biden, no, every accusation is a confession. MAGA is confused and does not have a clue in this world where they're at.